Hi, teammates. I believe Jesus is the lion with the eagle's wings spoken of in Daniel 7, whose wings were plucked for the Gentiles. Looking at the commercial that just came out on YouTube called Joe Pesci Watches Home Alone Again, Google Assistant, that commercial shows what's going on with Joe Pesci. It shows that he is a clone. You know, even in The Good Shepherd that Joe Pesci was in, he's shown in that movie as an old character and looking real bad and torn down and, you know, not looking youthful at all. And that came out a few years ago. And then in this commercial, he's suddenly like almost looking how he looked in Casino or something, maybe even more youthful than Casino. And that came out in 95. So they're altering his image. They're using probably multiple clones to deal with him. And I believe he died during the filming of Casino in that last scene that he's in when he's beaten and buried alive. And I think that him and Philip Soriano both died then. And they were going to do that same thing to me and Paul Walker. But Paul Walker chose not to go that route and saved both of us from doing that, from having that fate. And they were going to bring me into the industry and do all that too. So, anyway, you know, you can think I'm crazy or not, but that's what is shown there with, Joe Pesci Watches Home Alone Again, Google Assistant. It shows that he has multiple looks, just like Al Roker or any of these guys that people think are clones. And I think George Clooney is probably a clone too, and that he died in Perfect Storm. And Joe Pesci has the hat on in the commercial for Google Assistant. That means that he can go through the doors. He's ascended. So it's not even him. It just shows his image of being ascended there, that he can go through the doors. And then they have emphasis on the part where he says, "Let's get out of here before someone sees us." That means that people are catching on to what's going on with Joe Pesci and these clones. And he says, "Let's get out of here before someone sees us," just like he said in Home Alone. And that basically shows it right there, before someone catches on to us being a clone. Then, of course, in The Good Shepherd, he looks older. And then Gone Fishing, which came out after Casino, he's in there with Danny Glover. And it's just them two together. And they had done Lethal Weapon together, but now it was a buddy film with him taking the place of Mel Gibson as the main buddy of Danny Glover. And they did that because Danny Glover said, you guys should really cut down when he gets out of the hotboxing car in Predator 2. And that means that, they should really, do a sort of homo act with Paul Walker instead of Paul Walker getting killed by the fire in the car like he did. And so it shows that Paul Walker's symbolism again, that Paul Walker stood up to his lot and was broken without hand. And that's what that shows. So I also had a vision from God today. I see dinosaurs living in harmony with humans and animals in the land of gilotani. The humans who serve Jesus get their new body mixed with dino or animal DNA and live in this world. There are 3 infinities here at the stump of the Jesus tree. The tree is a rainbow and ghost mixture, and all that remains of the actual tree is a huge stump. The 3 infinities are passion, blood, and water. They are represented by a door at the bottom of the stump, so 3 doors. Passion is Saul, King Saul, and has a golden wolf painted on the door. Blood is Jesus and has an empty tomb on the door with Mary Magdalene also shown at the tomb on the door. Water is Mitch, my cousin, who had a football injury when he was in high school and lived the rest of his life with the mind of a third grader. in my Aunt Dee Dee's basement, and Don, who's represented by the Word of God, was her second husband, my uncle, and, they took care of him. Water is Mitch and has Tetris on the door with a broken trophy hand. Now, when I used to go to their house to play and stuff, and, we would go to Toys R Us and stuff like that, and I always looked forward to going there because we would always like shop, and I would get action figures. I was big into action figures, and I loved spending time with my Aunt Dee Dee and Uncle Don and Mitch. So, and they were big into Louisville. They were Louisville fans and lived in Louisville, Kentucky. Now, Mitch had a trophy that was a basketball trophy, and I accidentally broke the hand off of it. The hand that holds the basketball, I broke that off of the trophy, and I always felt bad about that, but it was symbolism for sure, with a broken trophy hand, representing like Paul Walker, and tear symbolism. Jesus rules this world with a golden lightsaber and arc ship named Nazu Razor. That's the word I came up with. Nazu Razor is the name of his arc ship, just like the Millennium Falcon and a golden lightsaber. So Nazu Razor. And this is Jesus World, Jesus Tree, and that's what I saw, 3 infinities there, vision from God, and take all this to the Lord and thank you.